Whew. Okay, we're back to the recording studio. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Exotic Kid, posting content weekly and bi-weekly for your entertainment. But with that being said, let's get to the point. Whether it was elementary, middle, or high school, you couldn't help but notice diversity in people. This is where you really started to learn that no two people are the exact same. Different strokes for different folks, for real though. But on a more serious note, we gotta talk about how almost every single school in America has these same types of students. So with that being said, I've got myself a tier list here, and I'm gonna be ranking different types of kids in school. But wait, slow your roll there, partner. There's some things I need to say first. Number one, remember, over 90% of what I talk about in this video is purely opinionated, meaning that it's only how I feel on it. You may have a different way of feeling it, but please don't escalate things. Number two, goodness gracious, y'all spazzed on my last video. I'm talking over 2K views, over 100 likes, and maybe 20 some comments. Man, give it up for y'all, man. Y'all really show support to the video like I asked for, and really, it just means a lot to me knowing that there are actually people who like watching the content I'm producing. And third, last but not least, this morning I woke up to a beautiful milestone. Today, we hit, drumroll please, 100 subscribers. Man, am I just so amazed and astonished the fact that we hit 100 subscribers in 1 week. It hasn't even been a week since I dropped that video, and I see that people are actually showing support. I've gotten over 50 subscribers off of that video alone. So you know what I gotta do? I can't stop now. I gotta keep going. But best believe we are now 20% into our goal. We're trying to get 500 subscribers so I can start monetizing my vids and getting paper off of it. You know what I'm saying? Stacking up that money. So yeah, with that being said, keep showing love, keep showing support, and just know that everybody who has been making these contributions are being appreciated more than you know. Oh, and one last thing before I forget, over 90% of y'all are not subscribed. Now, I'm not usually that guy to have his hand out and be begging and stuff like that, but if you do like my content, I would ask you to consider subscribing. You know, you ain't even got to do it. Just think about it. But now, let's finally get to the different types of kids in school. Alright, so to start this thing off, we have the absent kid. Now, if you've watched my last video, middle school was atrocious, you should already know how I feel about these people. I don't feel negative about these people, but one thing I do feel is shock. Because how do you miss so many days of school and you still end up getting to pass the year? Matter of fact, peep this comment somebody left on my last video. I had 140 absences during 6th grade and still passed. Ref, I am desperately begging you on my knees, do something, because what type of GTA cheat code did you put in for you to be able to walk out of that building free?
In conclusion,
C tier. Next up, we got the artists. Low key, when I talk about these people, I'm also kind of talking about myself in a sense, because I'm also an artist myself. But honestly, we've set the bar so low for ourselves that if we say that the art is not good at all or is just a doodle, people will literally look at us like there was roaches in the cereal.
And there used to be roaches in the cereal.
Roaches in the cereal?
And when we stayed in them apartments,
But to keep things brief, I'm gonna give this an A tier. Alright, next up, we got the blue-haired girl. Alright, so having a blue-haired girl in your school, there was a 50-50 chance of them just having blue hair and it being that, or having the most insufferable, annoying person to ever be around in your life. To be honest, the blue hair never really defined them or whatever type of color hair they had. Because let's be honest, if you have dyed hair but you're chill, I have no problem with you, twin. But if be the girls that have the stinkiest attitudes, like, come on, bruh. But I'm not trying to start a war in my comments, so I'm gonna just leave it at that and put him in C tier. And it looks like the next type of kid we have here is the bully. Oh brother, gonna be real, I did not want to get started on these kids, but it seems like I absolutely have to. These types of kids just reek of needing to get a life. Like, I never understood how people thought it was okay to make fun of other people for what? Their appearance, maybe something they couldn't control, like their height or something like that. It just never made sense to me. Like, these people really tried their best to bring down other people's confidence because they felt like a sucker inside. And don't even get me started on their little crew that they always hung out with. They were posted up with Billy Badass, Timmy Tough Knuckles, and Dangerous Daniel. They always hated on somebody else's fit, but they had zero room to talk at all.
I'm happy. I look good. I look a little good.
Listen, I'm not gonna say I'm hating on the fit, but let's move on, okay?
F tier. This is bottom of the barrel. Okay, but it looks like next up we've got The Buzzcut Kid? Not even gonna lie to you, this tier list is actually kind of creative, but let's go. It was always an interesting day of school when you saw that one person rolled up with a soldier cut special, looking like their pops just hit them with a
damn, I messed up. We gotta go bald.
But for real though, whether it was a punishment for bad decisions, a personal design choice, or chemotherapy, it had a 99 success rate for getting popular for the day. Matter of fact, I got a story to tell. So, back in elementary school, when I had to get my hair cut off for being bad, I remember walking in school one day with a hat because I was so embarrassed. My teacher tells me to take my hat off, so I do. And somebody in the back of the class starts busting out laughing. Bro, what was funny? Is you good right now, bro? Like, do you need that, bro? But the funniest part about this is their head shape when they took off that hat. Like, their head would really be shaped like Megamon's but shine like King Neptune's. Overall, there's some pretty chill people though. They didn't let their baldness define them, and they always seemed like a good person to be around. B tier. And next up, we got the creepy kid. Not gonna lie, this is the type of kid that your mom would wonder why you don't want to play with. I remember at the beginning of my school year, one of my classmates said that he could not be a teacher because he'd shoot a kid. That's right, he said he would shoot a child. Just know I never went over his house. F tier, lower than the bully. Alright, and it seems like our next type of kid is the depressed kid. Not gonna lie, I think this was everybody at some point. Life just wasn't hitting as much anymore, and it just felt like everybody was against you. I never blamed depressed people for feeling the way that they felt. It's just the way that it is sometimes. But just know, if this kid is you, you still got time. Not everything lasts forever, just like the state you're in right now. Because people care about you. I care about you. And if you push through long enough, it will get better. But just know that you're not fighting alone. B tier. Alright, next one, we got the dumb. Man, these people paid the least attention in class and then had the nerve to try to leech off of you during any test or exam, let alone just an assignment in general.
Yo, you know the answer to number one?
Brother, we just started. Normalize paying attention because these folks never cared about that. D tier for dumbass. But yeah, next up we got the extroverts. I don't really have a problem with the extroverts. They're either really annoying or really chill. They can be both, but most of the time it's one or the other. I don't really know what to say about the extroverts. I mean, they can piss you off, make you smile, but there's really nothing that interesting about them to me. B tier, I suppose. But yeah, to wrap this video up, we got the Fat Boi. Most of the fat dudes that I've met are pretty chill, not gonna lie. Like, even though they look at your food a little too much at lunchtime, I have little to no problems with them, and they always know where to eat too. Like, they have such a good taste in food, bro. You'll be like, how? Like, I'm just gonna wrap it up by putting them in A+. So with that being said, that wraps up part 1 of this little video. I've literally been watching my video double in all of its statistics in real time as I've been recording. Almost 5,000 views, over 200 likes, and 65 comments. God is so good. If I keep going up at this rate, I'll have 200 subscribers by tomorrow. So the original tier list has 31 types of kids, and I'll be covering all of them. This part has 10 types. The second video will also have 10 types, and then the last one will have 11. So remember, stay on the lookout for a part 2 and 3 within the next week, because I will be actively working to push these out as soon as possible too. So I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you all for the support. I love all of y'all equally. God bless, and stay up.